Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michaela. Today, as you saw by the title, we're going over my summer TBR bucket list. Starting off strong with Ashley Poston. Sounds like love. So in all of her books, she has a magic realism element to it, and in this one, it's a telepathy, mind-to-mind thing. She's one of the most coveted songwriters in LA, but she has a secret. So since she is a songwriter, you would expect her to be writing songs, but she's in a rut because last winter, I think it was, her mom got diagnosed with early onset dementia. When she went back to work, it totally, you'd be struggling. She can't write, but she's been hearing these words in her head, and then she's been hearing this melody in her head. But the kicker here is the person she is telepathic with is a guy, and he is I don't even know what he is, but they team up together to finish the song that they've both been hearing. So he's come up with a melody and she has the lyrics, or she has the melody and he has the lyrics. I don't know. But I'm so excited because the 7-Year Slip I absolutely loved. One of my favorite books. So I'm excited to read this one and a novel love story. The magical realism in that one is she goes on a car ride, I think. I've not read the back of the book, so this is just secondhand information. So she goes to meet her friends somewhere. I don't know. She's in her car and she finds herself in a town, and it's her favorite book. Every book girlie's dream, right? So yeah, that's the magic realism in that one. And then in the 7-Year Slip, it's she inherits an apartment from her grandma, I think it is, or her aunt. I don't know, one of the two, a family member. I forget what connection. But sometimes when you go into the apartment, it takes you 7 years in the past, and then there's a random guy there. That one made me cry. So I'm fully expecting this one to make me cry, and a novel love story to make me cry. I'm honestly actually kind of excited. Anyways, I have a whole list of books on my phone, and we are just gonna go over all of them. Let's see, I don't even know how many, but some of them are on Kindle Unlimited, so we can go over those ones quick. And then I'll have like a description because I don't have the books in front of me. These are just books that I've seen people talk about and want to read. So the first one I have is The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. It's kind of a mouthful to say, but the cover on it looks so cute. All of the covers in this little series are cute. They're standalones, but kind of interconnected. I think you see pop-ups of different characters in them. So anyways, the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Oh my goodness, it's such a mouthful. I think the first one in this little series is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I want to read all of them, but I wish the covers lined up really nice. Like on the spine, they have the little houses here. It's so cute, but when you put them all together, the house and the roof don't match up spine to spine. So that was a little disappointing, but anyways. Then I have One Italian Summer by Rebecca Surley. I don't really know. I've heard people talk really great about it, and then I've also heard people not love it. Like they didn't like how a certain character was. I think it was the mom. Like they didn't like how the mom was to her husband. I have no idea. Obviously these are books that I've not read, but it's a summer book and I want summer reads. That one, I think, taking me overseas, seeing Italy. I don't know. It'll feel like I'm there. I don't know. Another romance that I have is Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. This series I hear talked about all the time, but Mile High is not the favorite. So I'm a little nervous about the first one, but I know everybody loves the rest of the series. And the last one, Rewind It Back, just came out as well, and people have been obsessed with that one. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of FOMO there, so I want to get on that series because it sounds good to me. I don't know. Then I have The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. I've heard people say that this is a emotional book and will make you cry, and I'm interested. I haven't had very many books that have made me cry this year. I already have a couple other ones maybe on here that might make me cry. I'm excited about it, and I'm especially really excited about all these ones that are on Kindle Unlimited. Absolutely, yes. Give it to me right now. So in this one, I think it's her sister, her twin sister, that needs help with her daughter, or her sister has died and she's helping out with the daughter. I don't really know, but there are letters being sent, and apparently the end is gonna make me cry. I don't know. We'll see. So then this next one is called The Saltwater Heir. I wanted to have a little bit of fantasy in here because I don't want to have a solely romance list in my summer TBR, because I get tired of romances sometimes. I have a lot of romances, but I love my fantasy and my dystopian and my all the other ones. So this one, I want to look it up and tell you about it. I'm pretty sure she is a local author to me. Princess Soren of Nyx is no stranger to loss after a decade-long war with the neighboring kingdom of Atlas. But with her best friend slowly succumbing to the cruel Atlas poison, she hatches a reckless plan. Kidnap the enemy prince from the battlefield and use his life to barter for the antidote. But when the princess calls her by a different name, the name of his sister, whose death began the war 10 years ago, everything changes. So that's a little snippet. And then, oh, so this is it. She has 4 books in this little series. The Blood and Water Saga. I think all of them are on Kindle Unlimited. So the second one is The Phoenix Priest. The third one is The Goddess Eye. And the fourth one is The Crownless Queen. Oh my goodness. I wonder if this is a finished series. Okay, I'm thoroughly excited about it. The next one I have is Assistant to the Villain. I've heard everybody and their mom talking about how they love this book, and I think the third one just came out, third or fourth, I don't know. The newest one in the series recently released, and everybody has been obsessed with it, and I'm really interested. I'm really curious, and I want to know what the hype is all about. So gonna put this on my summer TBR. Then I have The One by John Mars. This is more of a dystopian. In this one, I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. You put in your information to a website, and then they match you with your soulmate. And then I'm pretty sure the setting of it is like the here and now, like 2000s. They have all this technology and everything, and then I'm not really sure how the dystopian part of it is, other than the website. I don't know the dystopian world to it. I'm really not sure. I barely got into it. Maybe 5%. But there's a lot of different POVs. That's really exciting. And all around the world as well. The next one I have, everybody's going to be surprised by, I'm sure, but it is Glow of the Everflame. I know I said I wasn't going to continue Spark of the Everflame series, but I'm really curious because I've heard people really love it. And I think Heat of the Everflame is the 5th one maybe that just came out, and people have been liking that one. Again, this is another fantasy that I've heard people talk about, and I'm just really curious. I want to know what all the hype is about. The next one that I have is Echoes of Hollow and Ember by T.C. Jensen. I'm pretty sure this is like 2 sisters or something that they had powers, or they don't have powers, one or the other, and then they're like oppressed or something. Hold on, I will look it up. So magic has always been their hindrance, now it's their gift, and their only weapon in a war they never asked for. Magic was once their greatest weakness. Now it's their only gift and their only weapon in a war they never wanted. The 2 sisters, Leola and Juniper Runes, have lived their lives being as mundanes, being in a world that favors magic wielders while oppressing their kind. When ruthless regime seizes control of Harry, the place where they live, their lives are uprooted as they discover a secret that changes everything. They become pivotal to ending a decades-long war. Curious, color me curious. The next one I have is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. My sister read this one and she really liked it, and that's just gonna make me all the more interested in getting into it because I've heard other people also really love it, and she rated it at 5 stars, I think, so I'm behind. The next one I have is Done and Dusted. This is a series that's not on Kindle Unlimited. I'm so sad about it. Love in Other Words, I haven't checked if it's on Kindle Unlimited or not. The next ones are probably not going to be Kindle Unlimited, so I have quite a few left here. So anyways, this is the Rebel Blue Ranch series, and Done and Dusted is the first one. I'm pretty sure it follows a girl and then the guy is the brother's best friend or something. I don't know, but people have been obsessed with this series. I hear nothing but good things about this series, and it's cowboys. So I've not really dove into cowboys really, except for Elsie Silver's kinda, and I didn't love hers, and I don't think I'm going to continue her series either. We'll see Lila Sage's take on cowboy romance. The next one I have is Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. I really don't remember what this one is about. I just remember seeing everybody and their mom talking about it and really loving it, so we're gonna try our hand at it. Then I have The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. I just saw Tiffany's video where she talked about this one, and how she described it was these two people make a wager to see who can fall in love first. So basically the whole premise of this is they make that wager and then they're going on dates with their people, coming back to each other and debriefing and talking about it, and then the whole story is they fall in love, I'm sure. But I think that whole premise and the plot of it is fun. The next two that I have are by Carly Fortune, Every Summer After and One Golden Summer. I'm pretty sure those are the two, like the Every Summer After I'm supposed to read before One Golden Summer. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I wanted to put the one that I have to read before One Golden Summer on there as well. One Golden Summer is a new release, and I've heard everybody talk about how sweet it is, and then how one of the characters from the book before it is in it. So that's why you need to read them in order. Both of those two, I'm so curious, and they're summer. They say summer in the title, and I just want all of the summer vibes. I feel like this time it's spring into summer. It's fully summer now. I am in the summer mood. The next one I have is It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. Again, I don't know. It's something about everybody talking about it and FOMO. Just being really curious about it. So that's it. The next one I have is In 5 Years by Rebecca Surley. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, but this one is on Kindle Unlimited. And how this one goes: where do you see yourself in 5 years? Danny Cohen lives her life by the numbers. She is nothing like her lifelong best friend, the wild, whimsical, believes in fate Bella. Her meticulous planning seems to have paid off after she nails the most important job interview of her career and accepts her boyfriend's marriage proposal in one fell swoop, falling asleep completely content. But when she awakens, she's suddenly in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger and beside a very different man. Danny spends 1 hour, exactly 5 years in the future, before she wakes up again in her own home on the brink of midnight. But it is 1 hour she cannot shake. In 5 Years is an unforgettable love story, but it is not the one you're expecting. I feel like that's going to be an emotional one as well. And then, of course, I have to add the Sword of Truth series to this as well. I just finished the first one, so now I'm on Stone of Tears, this middle one. And then I also need to read the prequel, so that's Dead of Bones, so that's technically 0.5. I need to find where to get it from, and I think I did to match the first cover, but I'm not sure about the sizing of it to make it the same as my Wizard's First Rule copy. I'll have to do a little bit more research before I get Dead of Bones, and I don't think any of the other times that I've read this series I've read Dead of Bones. And reading it after Wizard's First Rule is recommended. I guess I need to go book shopping again. I mean, for all of these books on Kindle Unlimited, they're right here. But all the other ones, I gotta go get, you know? I have all of these ones ready to be read, and hopefully we find some 5 stars in there. Maybe. I'm ready to be out in the sun reading these books, outside, fresh air, in the sun, all the things. So I'm so excited to be reading this summer. It's going to be quite the summer, as I want to do things with Felicity before baby boy gets here. I'm 29 weeks now. Crazy. Her birthday is next Sunday, and I can't believe she's going to be 2. And then the weekend after that is a wedding. I can't believe it. It's gonna be such a nice summer, but it also makes me very emotional. So maybe that's why I want to read emotional books. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little video. It's not my top quality, I know, but I needed to get a video filmed for tomorrow, actually, because it is the 7th, and I'm currently filming a 24-hour timer method video. That's what this little timer guy is doing. So anyways, I hope you guys liked today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Let me know what is on your summer TBR, and if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I will add to the list, and I will see you guys in the next video.